Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I am doing these cute gamer nails. So if you're interested on how I did this nail art, then just keep on watching. So to start off, I'm going to be showing you the demo on these false nails I glued onto toothpicks. And starting on the first design, which is going to be on my thumbnail, I have a neon pink for the base, and going in with my dotting tool and some white acrylic paint, I'm going to paint on a cloud. To paint on a cloud, it's pretty simple. I'm just going to take a generous amount of acrylic paint and paint on a little hump. But yeah, so I'm just going to draw on a couple more of these curved lines until they all connect to the first one. And completely fill in your cloud. And be sure to let the white acrylic paint completely dry before moving on to the next step, in which I'm just going to take some black acrylic paint and paint onto eyes. Once that black acrylic paint completely dries, I'm going to go back in with my dotting tool and a tiny dot of white acrylic paint to paint on like the glare that's in the eye. And here's the finished nail design. For the next nail design, I'm going to be painting on the Super Mario star. As you can see, I have a blue base, and now I'm going to use some black acrylic paint and just draw on the outline of the star. As you can see, here's the outline of my star, and be sure to let the black acrylic paint completely dry before moving on to the next step, in which I'm going to take some bright yellow acrylic paint and completely fill in the star. Be sure to let the yellow acrylic paint completely dry before you go in with black and add the eyes. You can see the yellow acrylic paint is kind of tugging at the black. Oh well, that's what I get for not waiting. However, I did wait for the eyes to dry. Afterwards, I went in with my dotting tool and some white acrylic paint and added a tiny dot to the top part of the eye. And here's the finished nail design. Now moving on to the third nail design, which has this sky blue base. I am going to be painting on Bob-omb, and to do this, I'm just going to take some black acrylic paint and do the connect the dot method. See, if you do the connect the dot method, it makes it a lot easier whenever you're painting on circles. Any oopsie daisies you can fix with the base color. But now that that's out of the way, I'm going to go ahead with some black acrylic paint and completely fill in the bomb. And now that the black acrylic paint is completely dry, it's time for the details. So first, I'm going to go in with some light gray acrylic paint and paint on the top part of Bob-omb. And going in with some light orange acrylic paint, I'm going to dot on two little circles for his feet. And now I'm going to go in with some white acrylic paint. First things first, I'm just going to paint on a little stick coming out of his head. Afterwards, I'm going to go in and paint on his eyes. See, nothing to it, and here's the finished nail design. So moving on to the fourth nail design, I'm going to be painting on the fire flower. And first things first is I'm going to take my dotting tool and black acrylic paint, and once again connect the dot method. I am just going to paint on an oval shape for the flower's head. Afterwards, I'm going to go in and paint on the stem, followed by two leaves. Now it's time for the details. So first things first is I'm just going to go in with some red acrylic paint, and I am just going to fill on the first circle on that fire flower. As you can see, I am just going to go around the flower, leaving a very thin outline of that black I placed down before. After the red has dried, I'm now going to go in with the light orange acrylic paint and just clean up the line work. So while the top part of that is drying, I'm now going to go in with some green acrylic paint and fill in the stem as well as the two leaves. Once again, I'm going to do my best to leave on that outline of the black I placed down before. By now, the orange acrylic paint has dried, so I'm going to go in with some white and just fill in the face. And whenever that dried, I went in with some black acrylic paint and finally dotted on two little eyes. And here's the completed nail design. So for the last nail design, which is going to be on the pinky nail, which is also painted pink, I'm going to be painting on the Super Mario mushrooms. So starting off, once again, I'm going to take some black acrylic paint, and I am just going to roughly sketch on the bottom of the mushroom, in which I'm just going to paint on like a little square shape. Now just going to paint on a big like dome shape for the mushroom head. So here's the outline, and now for the details. So you can choose if you want green or red. I chose to go with red, and you're just going to fill the top part of the mushroom with that. And now for the bottom part, I'm just going to go in with a light peach acrylic paint and fill it in. After that dried, I'm now going to go in with some black acrylic paint and finally dot on the eyes. Whenever the red acrylic paint dried, I just went in with my dotting tool and white acrylic paint and added on 3 dots. And here's the finished nail design. Now because we used acrylic paint throughout this whole mani, it's very important to seal it. I'm first going to go in with this super quick dry top coat just to smooth out the acrylic paint. And as you can see, these are what the nails look like if you prefer to have a shiny finish. However, me personally, I like the matte finishes better. It's all about personal preference. And in the end, these are what the nails look like after a matte finish. But yes guys, so here are the finished, cute Super Mario themed nails. I'm not really sure what to call this video. Like I said, I was inspired by Pinterest to do this nail art. But anyways guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. So let me know down in the comments what other gamer themed nails you would like for me to do on my channel. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching.